Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So I'm going to be continuing and finishing the timed event that I've been working on, Enchanted Tales of the Mikawa Festival. It says, as though beholden illusions, strange phenomena have suddenly appeared in near the venue for the Mikawa Flower Festival. Dark undercurrents seem to be forming. So let's go ahead and do this. It wants me to wait till 7 to 9 the next day. So we will do that.
Man, what happened last night? We couldn't find anyone to discuss it with because it was so late. Well, Miku and the others should be at the grounds by now, right? Let's go talk to them. Huh. Doesn't look like Miko is around here anywhere. Paimon doesn't see Ayato or Ayaka either. Are we too early? Didn't Ayato say he prepared lodging for everyone at the shrine?
Did you hear? Someone encountered a doppelganger here last night.
Huh.
A doppelganger? You mean like a doppelganger of themselves? Or someone they know?
You know what they say. Anyone who sees their doppelganger will be replaced by them within 3 days.
That's just a folktale. It's not real.
Doppelgangers? That's a common folk tale in Inazuma, isn't it? Ever heard of it, Traveler?
No, never.
Huh. It always comes up in light novels. You really never seen it? It's like when your friend is replaced by a complete stranger. Also, the timing is a bit too coincidental, don't you think? Could it be related to what we saw last night? The whole doppelganger thing sounds kind of like what Sayu was talking about with Bunshin Phantasm. Maybe something went wrong with Kichiboshi's powers? Well, thinking about it isn't going to get us anywhere. Why don't we go check on Sayu's team?
Okay then, sure, why not?
Huh? They're not here yet.
Maybe they're still asleep, or maybe they're right there on that table.
Well, if it is Sayu we're talking about, it's definitely possible. Oh, someone's coming. Weird. Is he here to work on the equipment? But he doesn't look like any of the workers we saw yesterday. And it doesn't seem like he's here for the games. He snuck away again. Do you think he might be...
Let's follow him and see what he does. Huh, that was a really weird thing that he just did. What's up with the music?
He's constantly looking back. Paimon's calling it now. Something fishy is going on.
Don't jump to conclusions, let's keep watching.
Good point. He could be on his way to meet someone. Let the hunter become the hunted.
Okay.
Reporting back, ma'am. Nothing suspicious to note at the Bunshin Phantasm booth. It's possible there's no connection to the incident from last night.
I'm trying to see who that could possibly be. Is that Sarah? I see. Did you find any other clues? Yeah, it does look like it might be Sarah.
Sarah?
Oh, and Shikanoi and Heizo is right behind us. Ah, good morning, you two.
Heizo! What's going on here?
I was wondering who was daring enough to sneak up on one of our detectives. Maybe I should have expected it to be you. I guess that makes us the hunted, so the Tenryou commission's on the case. Aether, Paimon.
Forgive me, ma'am. I have failed as a detective. I did not realize someone was on my tail.
I don't know how he couldn't have noticed us. I mean, we were right out in the open. There wasn't anything to hide behind or anything like that, so he should have easily spotted us. Considering Aether's skills, the fault is not with you. I mean, it makes it worse when she says that, because it's like Aether wasn't even trying to hide.
So, what's going on? What are you investigating? Must be serious if Heizo's involved.
Well, about that. Unfortunately, my orders prevent me from sharing that information with you. Oh, really?
Huh? What orders? You really can't tell us anything?
If Sarah and Heizo are so hesitant to divulge information, there's only one person who could be responsible. Those orders come from the Shogun, don't they?
An astute observation, traveler.
Tell him the truth.
This might actually be A. Shogun.
What? The Shogun is here?
No, I believe this is A, yeah.
You recognized me with a single glance?
Shogun, we still haven't completed the investigation.
It matters not. I am certain the person standing before us is our friend, the Traveler. His gaze, his presence, his mastery of several types of elemental energy. There is no mistake. And we need his help.
Understood. An investigation team was sent to survey a piece of land. Yesterday, the Tenryou Commission received a report that the team was found unconscious in the field. Not only that, but the group appeared to have become trapped in an endless nightmare, unable to wake up.
No, please! Stay away!
We detected intermittent traces of yokai power when they were found. We followed the traces and ended up here, just outside the festival grounds.
What?
Should we call off the festival? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. You've heard the rumors about the doppelgangers, yes? We suspect the culprit has the ability to change form, allowing them to spread misinformation at will. They may have already infiltrated the festival grounds. If we call off the festival, we may give them a chance to escape amid the chaos. Even the slightest movement could alert them. Locking down the festival grounds could provoke them to attack, which would endanger the public.
You're right. That's a big risk.
The purpose of this festival is to bring humans and yokai together. We cannot allow the culprit to endanger anyone.
But what if they attack again? A very valid concern. Last night we dispatched a group of soldiers to the festival grounds. They'll remain undercover to keep an eye on things. We also blocked off several nearby roads under the pretext of construction, so we can keep civilians away as much as possible. Even the almighty Shogun has taken it upon herself to patrol the area all night.
Fortunately, no one else has been harmed.
Thank you.
Ah, so the thunder we heard was you!
I apologize for our failings, Shogun. You should not have had to intervene.
On the contrary, it was my decision. I was unable to capture the culprit last night, so I left to discuss a plan with Miko. I did not show myself once I saw you were safe, and for that, I apologize.
Speaking of Miko, where is she?
She is investigating the trace of yokai power found at the scene. Though it fades in and out, it never strays from Mount Yogo.
Which means if the culprit infiltrated the festival grounds, they must still be nearby. The only people close to the grounds last night were the staff and the contestants staying at the shrine.
Miko is working with the Kamisato siblings to verify the identities of the staff members. They should be done soon. As for the contestants, that inquiry must be performed by someone else.
Is that why you need my help?
The Tenryou Commission is too conspicuous. But as the judge of the competition, you can ask questions without arousing suspicion.
Okay, so you need us to talk to the teams and see if there's an imposter among us?
Precisely. Traveler, I understand these people are your friends, and it puts you in a difficult position. But if one of them has indeed been displaced by a yokai, they could be in grave danger.
I understand. I'll do my best.
Thank you. I truly hope the situation is not as grave as it seems.
What are you guys gonna do next? Continue to investigate from a distance?
Well, there's only so much we can learn that way, so I think we need to find a way to slip onto the grounds. It's better for us to be at the scene if something goes wrong. I fear the Shogun is far too revered a figure for that. If she arrives at the grounds, it will certainly cause a stir.
Worry not. Miko and I discussed that issue. She claims to have a plan. The preparations are underway as we speak.
One of her genius plans, huh?
Somehow, scheme seems more accurate.
Indeed. If you learn any details of said plan, I would like to know what I'm getting myself into.
Okay, as though beholding illusions has started. So, is it teleporting us over to the area or not? Yeah, it kind of did.
Okay, so where do we start? We need to ask questions to figure out if there's an imposter, but we can't arouse suspicion. Oh, looks like Sayu's team is already here. Well, guess we'll just play it by ear.
What's up with the passing yokai common? Ah, me. I only came down for a little jaunt because they said humans and yokai were holding a festival together, but it seems there are fewer guests than I imagined. Ah, me. Oh dear. Okay. Anyways, let's go talk to them. I'm still convinced that these two things right here on the table could be Sayu and who's this? Kichiboshi? I could be wrong, of course.
So tired.
Then again,
I don't feel rested at all. How come you two have so much energy? Didn't you stay up even later than me?
I mean, this does sound a lot like Sayu, though.
We...
Kichiboshi, that's not a nice thing to say to a friend. Sayu's probably just tired because she came up with all the ideas yesterday. Need a break, Sayu. I can start thinking about the ending stages in the meantime. It's been forever since we've done something fun together. You need to have enough energy to enjoy it.
Oh, it's okay. I can push through. Sayu and Yoimiya seem the same as ever. Kichibushi, too. How should we test them?
Let's ask about the past.
Oh, good idea! Doppelgangers only mimic appearances. They wouldn't know about someone's past. Let's give it a try.
Okay, but they're assuming
White
that
fur, yellow fur.
they're assuming that I'll remember the past. Whoa, you guys are here bright and early.
Yeah, well, the traveler's judging this thing, so we can't slack off, right?
Still, you don't need to make anything, so what's the rush?
Yeah. If the people in charge are here early, that usually means there's been some kind of emergency. Oh, no, it's just... The traveler really wanted to see you.
Seriously, Paimon. Oh, why?
Well, it's... your game! Playing your game yesterday? Brought up a whole bunch of old memories. So we wanted to come early to reminisce about old times. You know, because you might be busy later and stuff.
What kind of an excuse is that? They're busy now.
White fur acting super strange.
Time to change the topic. Oh, I was just thinking about the R&R, or oh, I was just reminded of certain ambush order, or oh, I was just reminded of some pilgrimage training. Ambush order? Yeah, sure, why not?
Huh? Why are you bringing that up all of a sudden?
Well, this is Sayu. Well, all the Bake Danaki transformations reminded me of the time you failed that ninjutsu technique.
Well, that was my bad. I tried to turn into a barrel, but my tail was sticking out. So you found me immediately. But this time, I'm not in charge of turning into things anymore. So it should be fine. I think. Wait!
Kichiboshi, what did I say about talking that way? Anyway, you seem to have a good grasp on transformations yesterday, Sayu. What's the story here? It all started with a certain mysterious order.
That one shouldn't be on me. I didn't realize I was tricked until later. Did all that work and didn't even get to nap. Really shouldn't have taken that order.
Still, we had some fun times together, right?
Based on what happened, I guess you could say that.
Whoa, I've never seen this look on Sayu's face. What the heck happened back then?
Mujina is all red. No, I'm not. And I'm not a Mujina.
After that, you share many more memories together. Oh shoot, where did the time go? We have so many levels to design today.
Oh, we should get out of your fur, hair, then. Good luck, everyone. Bye, White Fur. Bye, Yellow Fur. Come back and play.
They're not gonna test to see if Yoimiya is Yoimiya? They only did it for Sayu? That's weird.
Wow, we've had so many adventures, huh? You don't even realize it until someone brings up the past.
Do you still remember the original meaning of our journey?
Oh yeah, totally. It was... what was it again?
I figured.
Anyway, Paimon didn't pick up on anything suspicious from that team. If anything, we were the weird ones forcing conversations and stuff.
And whose fault is that? I'm starting to get suspicious of Paimon. She offered Aether food. Doesn't she normally like finish all of her food? I don't know. Something's weird. Like as soon as she offered him the food, he ended up in that weird dream state too. As like once he started eating it.
Okay,
Anyways,
so maybe it wasn't the best strategy. Leaning into the judge angle is probably a safer bet.
And she just admitted that she doesn't remember the original meaning of their journey. Right? Yeah, right here.
Let's ask about the creative process behind the game and confirm their identities that way. Paimon saw Toma's team show up just now, so we can investigate them next.
Okay, we will do that, but I'm a little bit suspicious of Paimon now. Looks like everyone's busy trying to finish their game. I should come back later. Okay. What about these guys?
Hey, Toma! We were hoping to learn a bit more about the philosophy behind your game. Is now a good time?
Ah, looks like our judges are hard at work this morning.
Philosophy?
Oh, Boss can explain that one.
Boss and Shosei were up super late last night coming up with ideas.
And he's back at it this morning, as energetic as ever. Boss is the best!
Oh, I don't deserve that much praise, but when it comes to the talking part, I guess I'm the best person to answer your questions.
Time for an interview.
Oh, there's glasses.
Into you?
Ask away, judges. What do you think is the most interesting aspect of your game, or did you design the game with anyone in mind? Well, from a design standpoint, we want it to be a game for everyone.
Not so fast. Everyone isn't an answer. You need to be more specific about your target audience.
Ah, you're absolutely right. Then allow me to revise my answer. Our target audience includes growing children, ages 0 to 18.
Makes sense. Kids need a little exercise here and there.
Second, it would be the active adults, ages 18 to 40.
Right. Adults have more stamina, so they can get more out of the game.
Next would be older adults, ages 40 to 60, especially those in need of exercise.
Older adults. Exercise is important for healthy aging, but something feels off about this.
Finally, we have elderly people who are still full of life. That would be the 60 to 1,000 age range.
Ah, okay. Wait. That includes everyone!
Haha, well, we can't forget about the yokai, right? This game is for humans and yokai alike, after all.
But not for Ioroi.
Because he's trapped in a statue, I'm guessing. Besides, you seem to agree with each group, Paimon. Unless you intend to change your tune.
Next question!
You continue asking questions and Toma answers faultlessly. So there you have it. I hope that answered your question, judges.
Whoa, not a single stumper.
Impressive. Never underestimate housekeeper. Haha, well, I'm sure the interview is only one part of the evaluation process. We'll see what you think when you play the game yourself. Which reminds me, I should probably get back to work on the stage. You want to give it a try when we're done? It would be my pleasure. I've already played it, though. In that case, let's get to it.
Yes, Boss Toma!
Well, Toma's answers were all very genuine. Paimon didn't notice anything un-Toma-like about them. Plus, he was with Shosei until late last night. If you think about when we saw the nightmare creature, the timing doesn't match up. Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird. So, we're back at square one. That just leaves Kokomi's team, right? Guess we should check them out.
Okay. Looks like everyone's busy trying to finish their game. Okay. That's a shame that I can't talk to him immediately. Oh, Kokomi is in here.
Huh? White fur and yellow fur are here early. You're here alone? Huh. Where are Kokomi and the others?
Don't know about Great Yokai, but Soul Lady is behind you.
Soul Lady? Oh, as in Soul of the Deep. Okay. Wait, did you say behind us?
Uh-huh. You have questions for me, I presume?
Kokomi! A little warning next time!
Sounds like you already know why we're here. Yes, I heard about the doppelganger incident. When I saw you around the venue just now, it wasn't hard to connect the dots. As for what you want to know... Energy.
Energy? Oh! The numbers you write in your diary!
In a tree? Dry berry?
Well, I'm no longer suspicious of Paimon. Ahem.
Oh, sorry.
So, we can leave it there, right? You don't need to ask any more questions, I would imagine. Yep, all good. As for Gyobu Koban, he was in the shrine all night. I can't imagine he's the criminal you're searching for.
Gyobu Koban is a criminal?
No, of course not. You're in the clear.
In the clear. Is good?
Very good.
Good.
What about Mizuki? Where did she go?
That is a good question. She left after receiving a message in the middle of the night. Looking back on it, perhaps it's related to your own investigation. As she left, I heard her whisper under her breath, ordering me around in the middle of the night. Who does she think she is? Miko. She probably needed an expert on nightmares to help formulate a strategy. Well, I guess that also confirms Mizuki's identity.
Something tells me a certain someone is missing me.
Huh? Miko and Mizuki.
Hello, traveler. Paimon.
Did you finish up your work?
Yes, I left the rest to the young fellow from the Kamisato clan. At least for now, there's nothing suspicious to note.
That means the culprit didn't manage to sneak in. That's a relief.
Just like that, you let down your guard? And all it took was for me to wear her face.
Yeah, she's just messing with them.
The culprit? It's you!
Oh, come on, Paimon, really? If you keep joking like this, I want 30% of the profit.
Oh? Greedy little thing. I thought we agreed on 20.
Making a joke like that, you're the only one in Inazuma who would do that.
Oh, it's getting harder and harder to tease you, traveler.
Can you stop with the teasing then? Even I'm reaching my limit.
500 years and you're still not used to it? Sounds like you need more practice.
At least spare me for the day. I can't take the mental torment right now. I'm running on fumes.
So, what did you do last night?
Investigated the shogunate officials' nightmares. Analyzed the traces of yokai power around Mount Yogo. Oh, and worked on some new game stages, of course.
All in one night?
So, I'm a little bit suspicious of Kokomi right now, because she could have gotten that information from the real Kokomi by, like, maybe the real Kokomi happened to have the diary on her or whatever, right? Because Paimon did mention that it was a diary before, I think. And if that's really the case, then, yeah, energy. Oh, the numbers you write in your diary, yeah. So, who knows? I mean, yeah, who knows?
Well, I didn't want someone to ruin the Mikawa Flower Festival. But I also wanted to do my best for my part of the festival. Besides, I've talked to many patients who worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet. Compared to that, complaining about one night of hard work is a little unreasonable, don't you think?
Even so, I think you should take a break, Miss Mizuki. Gyobu Koban and I can handle the game development in the meantime. I learned a lot yesterday. I'm sure I can handle a few design elements while you get some rest. We can't have our lead developer out of commission. I'm not confident I can bring our vision to fruition on my own.
You're very persuasive, Kokomi. It would seem you also have a talent for clinical psychology. I'll leave it to you two then.
Sweet dreams.
Mizuki goes to rest. A little unsteady on her feet, she looks exhausted.
Mizuki really cares about the festival, huh? She's putting so much pressure on herself.
Perhaps she's reminded of the festivals of the past when I was just a kid, and Mizuki a young Baku. We would rush past the other yokai, desperate to get the first piece of fried tofu from the ramen stand. It would seem she hasn't forgotten, even after 500 years.
Wow, she's pretty old, and so is Yaimiko. Sounds like you haven't forgotten either. Or remained silent. Is there any advantage in remaining silent? I'll select the top option.
You know, there's something to be said for knowing when to keep your mouth shut, little one.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, there was an advantage in remaining silent.
Well, enough about the past. We must focus on the matter at hand.
But you didn't notice anything suspicious, right? That should mean the culprit didn't sneak in.
That's one possibility. The other is that the culprit's transformation is even more convincing than we imagined. In that case, we need a detective with a more professional skill set. Or we need to find a way to provoke them and get their facade to crack.
Another possibility I just thought of is that both Paimon and Kokomi are imposters. And they kind of like work together to trick Aether. I mean, that's definitely a possibility, right?
But that sounds dangerous.
Let me see something really fast. Okay, so detective... Are they talking about Shikanoe and Heizo?
If the culprit is deep in disguise, a slight provocation won't completely expose them. What we need is to create reasonable doubt. Make the culprit question whether their cover is blown. As they hesitate over whether to make some kind of last stand. That is our chance.
So, how do you plan to provoke them?
Oh, A didn't tell you? Allow me to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Mikawa Flower Festival, it is my honor to announce an esteemed guest from Tenshukaku has agreed to take part in this year's festival.
Oh, A.
Please welcome Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder.
Yay! It's the Shogun! The Almighty Shogun is here in person?
So this was your plan, Miko?
Well, not bad, right?
Wow, that was quite the entrance. Paimon can't believe she agreed to that.
The Almighty Shogun's presence is bound to cause a stir. Instead of struggling to maintain a low profile, it's better for her to step out into the open. And it means a detective can slip into the venue alongside the retinue without turning any heads at all. In the presence of the Shogun, not even the most cunning of criminals can let down their guard. Their every move needs to be flawless, or faultless. The more you focus on getting one thing right, the easier it is for the rest to become cracks in the glass. That's what Mika wants us to take advantage of. And she's using the Almighty Shogun as bait. The Lady Gucci is as daring as ever.
Why didn't you clue us in earlier? We wasted all that time asking pointless questions.
Your intel was very useful, actually. We don't know how things will unfold, but I have a feeling the truth will be revealed soon. In the meantime, stick with the Shogun, Aether. We need everyone to focus on her. I'll do my best. Alright. Under my command, the Tenryo Commission will remain on high alert. If anything goes wrong, report back to me at once. Okay then. After that, we surveyed each stall, just like yesterday. A's presence definitely caused a stir, but it didn't take long for the festive atmosphere to return. That's a neat picture. Maybe a day will come when A can leave Tenchikaku, and it won't be so out of the ordinary.
Another day of hard work. Where did the time go? Huh? When did A get ahead of us? Let's catch up.
Can I talk to them now? Oh, they're still busy making their game.
Almighty Shogun! Glory to your everlasting reign! Welcome.
This stall looks familiar. Yet it would seem the ownership has changed hands.
You must be thinking of Tomoki. He wasn't feeling well today, so I'm filling in.
Is that the guy who saw the weird thing where one person was in the one spot, and then he appeared behind him or whatever, and he freaked out about it?
I see. Yet, you
I don't
remind
remember.
me of someone. A Doshin from the Tenryo Commission.
What are you looking at, A?
The food offerings. Although this vendor seems...
The vendor is giving me a pleading look. Judging by his cooking skill, it almost seems like his first day on the job. A, he's working.
Working? Ah.
Oh, is he one of the people that's trying to figure out what's going on? Like, he's undercover?
I see. I appreciate your dedication, sir.
Of course. It's an honor to serve such esteemed guests.
No need for formalities. I'll take 3 orders of dango milk.
Right away.
3 orders? So Paimon gets one too?
Yes. I wanted to thank you for accompanying me. Without you by my side, I imagine the people here would be on edge even now. I have my reasons for being here, of course, but I would hate to tarnish the festive atmosphere.
The festival is for everyone, including you.
Indeed. The Mikawa Flower Festival. Hundreds of years have passed since I last partook of the festivities. Much is different this time. The people, the place, the games. Yet, the name endures, and the joy of celebration along with it. I suppose that, in itself, is a form of eternity.
Traveler, Paimon. And the almighty Shogun?
Oh, Mizuki! Looks like you got some much-needed rest.
Yume Mizuki. Thank you for your aid earlier.
Of course. I'm always willing to help. It's my duty. I wish I could have dispelled the nightmares, but this situation is uncharted territory for me.
Even so, relieving the pain of the nightmares is no small feat. You honor the legacy of the Yumeku Ippaku.
So not even Mizuki could fix it? What's going on with this nightmare creature?
Let's save the difficult questions for later. Actually, I came here to ask you something.
What did A react to just now? Was it something that Paimon just said? So not even Mizuki could fix it? What's going on with this nightmare creature? Huh.
Want to come to the Isa bathhouse with me? Most of the contestants will be there. Oh, and don't worry about payment. It's my treat.
Really? Yes, let's go!
You want us to go to the hot springs now, and I just realized what might be wrong with what Paimon just said. Nightmare creature. Has anybody mentioned that it's a nightmare creature? I think they've only said that it's a doppelganger so far, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it has been called the nightmare creature before. Anyways. So you want us to go to the hot springs now?
Well, game development isn't easy. Most of the contestants are exhausted and could use a break. You've been under a lot of pressure yourselves with the investigation and all. So I thought you might like to join.
Of course we would! Right, Traveler?
I will remain here. I rarely have time away from Tenshukaku, and I would like to continue perusing the stalls.
Aw, that's too bad.
Then I'm not going either. Or, okay, I'll go. Let's see. I don't know. Which one should I choose? Man, I guess I'll go with... I'll go.
Ah, I almost forgot. Miko wanted to talk to you, Traveler. I'll take you to her first.
Oh? Well, why don't we all go?
Almighty Shogun, your dango milk is ready.
Oh, delicious.
No need, Shogun. Miko just had some quick things to go over with the judges, that's all. You and Paimon can wait here. We'll only be a minute.
Be right back. Okay then.
Alright, now we can talk freely.
Miko doesn't need to see me, does she? You need to talk to me in private. Why?
I think something's off with the Shogun. You've been with her the whole day. Have you noticed anything?
Something off? No. Or, yeah, she seems troubled. Yeah.
Exactly. You noticed too.
Something did seem off with A today. Maybe she's not used to leaving Tenshukaku? Or was it the reaction of the crowd? No, we've been through so much. Something so trivial wouldn't shake her. She must be keeping something to herself.
I've witnessed a lot of cases where patients, for a variety of reasons, are unwilling or unable to seek help. Unfortunately, that only exacerbates the problem until their emotions become so heavy, even the strongest of people collapse under the weight. I see those warning signs in the Shogun.
So even the Archons aren't immune to emotional strain.
Humans, yokai, and Archons bear the same capacity for emotion and are naturally susceptible to the same mental turmoil. It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions, and that is far from healthy.
I understand.
Anyway, the quickest route to curing the mind is through the heart. That's where you come in, Traveler.
As a clinical psychologist, isn't that where you come in?
Approaching someone in a professional capacity often makes them more guarded. But don't worry, you'll still have my help. Here, with these 2 special coupons, you can get into Isa Bathhouse after closing. Then, this is what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Finally, you're back. Paimon's had 2 servings of dango milk already.
Sorry for the wait. It sounds like the Traveler has other plans, Paimon. So we'll head to the bathhouse on our own.
Huh? You're not coming?
I'll explain later. Just have fun.
Okay. Paimon will bring you back a hot spring egg.
Off they go.
There is no need to stay behind on my behalf. If you leave now, I'm sure you can catch up.
Something tells me you chose to stay behind on our behalf.
What makes you say that?
You want everyone to relax. You don't want people to be on edge because of you.
If my presence makes them nervous or impedes their ability to relax, does that not defeat the purpose of going to the hot springs? I already disturbed their progress by coming to the festival. The last thing everyone needs is more distractions.
But aren't you under pressure too?
As you know, this body is hardly that fragile. It can operate for another 100 years with no issue.
You didn't deny it.
Mortals are weak in body and mind. If there is a choice of who to bear such a burden, naturally that person should be me.
What if you didn't have to worry about bothering anyone? Would you agree to go to the hot springs then?
What does it matter? The world is not so easily bent to one's will.
I'll take that as a yes. I have a pair of special coupons here. We can get into the bathhouse after closing.
What clever verbal tricks, Traveler. It appears you've been spending too much time with Miko.
It's an honest offer.
You think you can get away with manipulating the Shogun? I wouldn't be so sure.
Come on, let's go. You'll go, won't you?
Persistent indeed. Very well. As you proposed, we shall set out at midnight. As I said, let's wait until midnight. You can attend to other matters in the meantime.
What is Toma doing? Oh, didn't you go to the hot springs? You didn't either? Or you didn't go to the hot springs? Ah, well, a whole crowd of people have left already. I'll go a bit later with Shotei and a few others. Besides, we're a bit behind with our game. You need to catch up. But your team is the biggest. Haha, I guess it's my fault for going overboard with the ideas. Kozo and the others can barely keep up. Sometimes delegating work is harder than doing it yourself. I wonder if this is how he feels, being the head of the clan. Well, don't work too hard. Of course, right back at you. Okay, there should be more people around here, right? Why is Toma the only one that I could find? Oh, it's because he decided not to go to the hot spring, right? And now Toma is gone. Did anybody else appear now that he's gone? Just checking to make sure. Okay. Very weird that they had Toma stay behind, though.
Well, shall we head out?
Let's go.
All right. No reason to delay. Steam replete with the scent of orchids. Water that turns the complexion a blushing pink. So, this is a hot spring.
Is it your first time here?
Yes, there are royal hot springs near Tenshukaku. But the plans were set in motion only after Hiragi Hiroshi introduced the Snezhnayan blast furnace to Inazuma, and that was 500 years ago. When the project was complete, I was already in the plain of Euthymia. And, naturally, the body of the shogun has no need for such luxuries.
Hiragi Hiroshi.
The members of the Kanjo Commission were once friends with Makoto and the Kitsune Saigu. Although mere mortals, those who managed to survive back then were special individuals indeed.
What happened back then? Does it have anything to do with what's happening right now?
What makes you say that?
The look on your face?
Now I see why my officials claim that the hot springs facilitate conversation. Even I find myself divulging more than intended. You're correct. Following the dark disaster 500 years ago, a nightmare engulfed Inazuma. On a battlefield consumed in darkness, our soldiers fought against dark forces. Creatures capable of possessing people and trapping them in nightmares. Even the Yumeku Ibaku could do nothing to wake them.
As awful as that sounds, it doesn't seem like bad enough to make you this upset.
Perhaps not. The battle was intense. Those who stood up in defense of this land knew the chance of survival was slim. In the face of certain death, surely a nightmare is nothing to fear. But what if I told you this? If the person trapped in the nightmare was strong enough to overcome incapacitation, it would become a waking nightmare instead. The person would lose all capacity to distinguish dream from reality, perceiving everything in the real world as a continuation of the war, and every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated.
Okay.
And every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. That is a far more painful nightmare, both for the person in question and those around them.
It's weird how the voice dialogue there repeated twice. If I hadn't broken out of the nightmare yesterday, would that have happened to me? Then A must be so worried because... Did that happen to someone back then?
Yes.
And? What happened?
I unleashed Muso no Hitotachi and struck her down.
I'm sorry, you may actually hear a dog barking right now in the background. It's a neighbor's dog. Anyways, I'm sorry.
No need. I have no regrets. I know it was the right decision, both for Inazuma's sake and her own. If necessary, I would do it again.
Hey.
Well, it's about time you two showed yourselves, yes? You've listened in long enough.
Oh, who's it? Paimon and Mizuki?
Oh.
Oh, it's you two. Okay, it's Yai, Miko, and somebody else. I don't know who else, so.
Before you say anything,
Mizuki,
this part wasn't me.
Well, since the cat's out of the bag, how about a hot spring tea party?
Hey!
So where is Paimon?
Ah, nice and warm. No wonder the hot springs relaxed your inhibitions, eh?
So who came up with this idea? I want the truth.
I guess both of us?
Well, I happened to consult a certain clinical psychologist about how to get an old friend to open up. In her expert opinion, doing something new with a trusted companion in a new environment can make someone less guarded. Looks like it worked like a charm.
I understand the reasoning, but why not do it yourself?
It's one thing to trust that Miko has good intentions, but would you let your guard down around her?
Good point.
Your concern is misplaced. I kept these matters to myself because I was unsure whether this incident is connected to the past, and I did not want to interfere with the investigation. If the investigation reached an impasse, or new clues pointed to the nightmare from back then, naturally, I would have discussed this intel with you.
Intel, huh? It appears you still don't understand why I wanted you to open up in the first place.
Help! Help me!
What was that?
Sounds like it came from outside. Let's check it out.
Oh no, someone's unconscious. And why did that get voiced? Is it the nightmare? Let me see.
Oh no! Someone's unconscious!
Yeah.
It seems different in some respects. Step back and allow me to examine her.
She's awake?
What's going on? Almighty Shogun?
What happened just now? What frightened you?
Shogun, I...
It's all right. With the Shogun here, nothing can hurt you. Just take a deep breath and tell us what happened.
I almost fainted again just now.
Is that what happened earlier? You fainted?
Yes. I was on my way to Uyu restaurant. And as I was crossing the bridge, I saw someone staring at me from behind a tree.
Okay.
It was hard to make out their appearance in the dark, but I had a bad feeling. So I tried to get a closer look in the moonlight.
Oh, was it herself? Like she was seeing herself, right?
And it was me. In that moment, I thought about how people who see their doppelganger usually end up dead, and I fainted from the shock. I don't remember anything after that.
So I just have to say, right now, that it's very possible that the Baku Daniki are going around impersonating people just for fun. I mean, I think that that's a very real possibility at this point. And that's what she saw, was somebody pretending to be her, but I don't know. We'll see.
A doppelganger in Inazuma City. But we only detected traces of the nightmare around Mount Yogo.
I heard that people encountered doppelgangers at Mount Yogo too! Could it be the work of some terrible yokai?
Don't worry about that. The strongest yokai in Inazuma are all right here.
Now that we have an understanding of the situation, why don't I take you to the police station to file a report?
Okay.
The situation is getting worse. If the doppelganger is limited to the festival grounds, that's one thing. But appearing on a random street in Inazuma City...
On the bright side, the victim seems okay this time.
Bad news, Shogun!
A Tenryo Commission official? What's wrong?
Another victim! At the festival! Kappa is trapped in a nightmare!
Well, that's unfortunate.
What?
But Sara and the others were keeping watch.
Make haste. Back to Mount Yogo at once.
Huh. Oh, and there's a Baku Danaki that seems to have some kind of weird red aura around its head. That's weird.
Kappa! Kappa! Excuse me. Let me take a look.
Mizuki! Traveler! Finally, you're back!
Shogun, the fault is mine. The Tenryo Commission failed to protect those under our charge.
Now is not the time to cast blame. Did anyone witness the attack?
No, we have failed you. There's no trace of the enemy.
We split up for just a second, and the next thing we knew, he was on the ground.
Oh, it must be some terrible yokai.
Other than the Bake Danaki transformation, there was no trace of yokai power at the scene. It's almost like the culprit's methods are getting more sophisticated. The doppelganger in Inazuma City also seemed to appear without warning. Wait, there was a doppelganger in Inazuma City? Yeah, seems like it. Doppelgangers, nightmares, Inazuma City, Mount Yugo.
How is he, Mizuki?
It's strange. I can't perceive his nightmare. It's almost like he's not there at all.
The yokai! It must be getting stronger!
Kappa! Oh, please don't die.
It's my fault. I should have anticipated the culprit might resort to more sophisticated methods.
No. It was I who underestimated the enemy. I who allowed us to continue the festival despite the potential dangers. Sara, what is the status of the other contestants and staff?
All normal. I asked the Yashiro Commission to move them to a secure location just to be safe.
Good. By decree of the Shogun, I declare that the Mikawa Flower Festival is...
Wait.
What is it, Miko?
You're being too hasty, eh? I understand your concern for the people, but I urge you to think this through, or we risk playing into the enemy's hand. Considering your history with nightmares, you have better cause than anyone to exercise caution. But do you truly believe that what we're facing now is just a nightmare?
Explain.
Call it intuition. If you want the truth, perhaps Doshin Shikanoin could shed some light. I believe there's been a break in the case.
Okay. You flatter me, Lady Yuji. I do have a few ideas. Up to this point, we've only detected traces of the nightmare creature around Mount Yugo, and now a doppelganger appears in Inazuma City. So they have been referring to it as a nightmare creature, and not just like a doppelganger. Our original thought was that the culprit infiltrated the venue to evade capture. If so, there would be no reason for them to risk exposure by continuing to change form. Rather than concluding that the nightmare creature, on top of everything, now has the ability to disappear without a trace, I think there's a different possibility. It's a psychological phenomenon. I mean, that's a possibility, right? The people who saw doppelgangers were mistaken, and the nightmare I saw wasn't real. No, I can't just explain it away. It's a different person? The nightmare creature and the doppelgangers are separate entities, that's why their methods are so different. They have separate goals. That's a possibility, yeah. It's the same person. The enemy that has two different abilities and can suddenly appear and disappear without a trace. It seems too random. Like a novel from Yae Publishing House that tries to incorporate every element under the sun. So let's go with a different person. That's right, the entities appeared at the same time and place. That's why the Tenryo Commission conflated the two at first. But if we ignore the nightmare creature and look at the doppelganger incident in isolation, the culprit's motive is clear. To escape capture is the most likely answer, or cause panic is another answer. Actually, those are both equally likely. Anyways, occupy Inazuma. Taking control of Inazuma by replacing everyone with doppelgangers. I doubt even a folk tale could come up with something so unrealistic. Cause panic. The doppelganger incident didn't actually hurt anyone, but the folk tale about doppelgangers did cause people to panic. That must be the culprit's goal. Escape capture? We thought the culprit was changing form to evade capture, But if the doppelganger isn't responsible for the nightmares, they would be no more deserving of arrest than a random prankster. Yeah, I think it's causing panic. That's right. Because of the folktale about doppelgangers, the culprit was able to incite panic without attacking anyone at all. But after the Tenryou Commission secured the venue, the culprit appeared in Inazuma City so that the panic would spread. But what is the end goal? Panic doesn't seem like enough of a motive. You're right, panic is a means to an end. But I think the shift to Inazuma City proves something. Whatever their goal, terrorizing one location wasn't enough. And since Inazuma City is their new target, the person they're impersonating at the festival should be absent. Unless the culprit found a way to cover their tracks and incite more panic by leaving behind a stand-in. Oh. Interesting.
Kappa is made of wood?
No wonder I couldn't sense the nightmare.
I see. So the doppelganger infiltrated the festival as Kappa and is currently hiding in Inazuma City. Is that correct?
Not just that. Replacing one person wasn't enough. If multiple people are replaced at once, they can cover for each other. Yeah, that's true. We didn't get to see each other much during the test of courage.
Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird.
This kind of transformation is said to have a particular weakness. If the subject is frightened, the disguise starts to crumble. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Yoko and Hitotsume Kozo?
It's a Bakeganeki tail!
Kikaku! Kikaku! Run!
What was that?
Tetsunosuke?
Oh, okay, so these aren't the ones that came here with us, originally. These are different ones.
They're getting away!
Aren't you supposed to be in Inazuma City?
And leave you two by yourselves? That's not the Tanuki way!
No fighting! Let's go!
Oh!
Okay, Tanuki, those little terrors! Come on, let's go after them!
So we're supposed to chase them. Oh. So let's avoid all these things.
I've had enough of these things! What even are they? More Bakeganeki tricks?
They aren't very hard to avoid. What the?
Nothing's working! The humans are catching up!
For a second there, I thought I saw somebody appear on the path. That was weird.
Little rascals! Stop running!
You wish!
Okay.
Transform! Stupid humans won't be able to recognize us!
Huh. Okay.
You can't see me. You can't see me. I'm a bonfire.
Tetsunosuke, you idiot! Don't tell them the three of us turned into bonfires!
Hear that, Traveler? Bonfires! 3 of them! We'll show them, stupid.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? It's these 3 right here.
Stabilize.
Ouch! Transform!
They're gone again! Oh, what are they this time? Some kind of stone or brick?
Look for the ones with leaves on them. Yeah, right here. This one.
Kichiro, protect us!
And this one.
Save us, Tsukumo!
What did he say? I didn't actually get the chance to read that. And the final one is up here somewhere. Oh, right here.
Oh.
Interesting.
We're almost rid of them.
That's enough. I will not fail the Shogun again because of you.
Ah! A Tengu!
Tengu was flying! Tengu is a cheater!
Surrender now, and I will spare your life.
Tengu? Why are you helping the humans? Tenku is a yokai!
Huh. My loyalty is to the Shogun. Humans and yokai are no different in my eyes.
Shogun? That's the leader of the humans!
Shogun sent people to steal our land! Shogun is bad!
Nonsense. The Shogun would never give such an order.
Calm yourself, Sarah. Let's hear them out.
Shogun sent humans to steal our home!
And the Mikawa Flower Festival! Shogun is making yokai serve the humans!
Serve the humans? He's not talking about the game development, is he?
Shogun even forced Great Baku yokai to work all night!
Oh, you mean yesterday? That was my choice, actually.
Jeez, where are these ideas coming from?
I think there are some misunderstandings. Kichi, Boshi, and the others weren't forced into anything.
Stay back!
Humans want to enslave us again!
Hold on. Something's not right. We should try a different approach.
No need. I know what's wrong. They're trapped in a nightmare.
What are you doing? Trying to put Tetsunosuke to work?
Kinkaku doesn't want to stay up all night.
Servitude, enslavement? These might sound like ridiculous misunderstandings to us, but that is their reality right now. A world of despair and fear.
Oh, wow.
Where enemies lurk at every turn, devoid of even a single shred of light.
Wow, that's trippy.
So, they're sleepwalking? How do we wake them up?
If we knew how, we would have done so back then.
Give us your worst! Kinkaku will never leave the Tanuki path! Kinkaku will die before serving you!
I may have a solution.
Truly?
If the abyss, if the nightmares come from the abyss, there's something I can try.
What are you doing? No, don't!
The humans are everywhere. We can't hide forever.
How long have we been hiding? 100 years? 500 years?
No idea. If Yoroi was still around, he would remember.
Shh, quiet! Someone's coming.
This is a fine piece of land. The grain yield should be exceptional.
Remember to check for traces of yokai in the surrounding area. By order of the Shogun.
By order of the Shogun, we are to exterminate all yokai that cross our path.
Why so hasty? We should leave some alive. We can make them work their own land.
Hey, you know about the Mikawa Flower Festival, right? I heard 50% of the profit is going to the development fund.
So basically they didn't hear what these guys were actually saying. They only heard what the nightmare was telling them, they said.
Oh yeah, the festival for humans. And... the festival for humans, and humans alone. The yokai have had their fun. It's our turn now.
That's right. We should put them to work. They're known for their transformations, right? Then the little monkeys can dance for us until they die!
No! How could they do that?
Quiet! Or they'll catch us.
Huh. What was that?
What? What is that? Ah!
Hey, are you alright? Yoko, Kappa, I need help over here! Hold on, we're coming!
The yokai and the humans are unconscious?
The same thing happened to all of them?
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
This yokai can speak!
No, if we don't make it to the Mikawa Flower Festival, Boss Tama will be so upset. Boss Tama will eat us.
The humans are coming for us. We're gonna lose our home. What do we do?
We infiltrate the Mikawa Flower Festival. We scare the humans away and then they won't come.
Well, I mean, at least they chose the somewhat non-violent course of action, right?
But how do we get into the festival?
Boss Toma is the best!
How about we turn into those 3 yokai?
These memories, they belong to the Bake Daniki?
Traveler! Traveler!
Are you all right, Traveler?
I'm fine.
Where are we?
Huh? The nightmare is gone. You purified it.
Just my way of dealing with the abyss.
Humans! And a bunch of yokai! The Mikawa Flower Festival! The humans are gonna... They're gonna... What were they gonna do?
Looks like they're confused. They still seem wary of humans. That might have something to do with a long time in hiding. Hiding? You described the memory to the group.
Oh, that explains all the Boss Toma this and Boss Toma that. That was the only thing they could imitate.
I was like wondering why they all said what was essentially the exact same line in slightly different ways. I even commented on it. I was like, were they getting lazy or something and just didn't want to have one character say it? And then like other characters say something different, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I think that's actually a little bit of foreshadowing that they were doing, but it didn't really feel like foreshadowing, if that makes any sense.
Wait a second. Hitotsume Kozo and the others should be Akitsuyuge experts. But this time, Toma did all the work. Paimon can't believe we missed something so suspicious.
You're like Heizo, if his skills only worked in hindsight.
Oh, you're saying Paimon's deductive reasoning is Heizo level.
More or less.
Based on your description, Traveler, it's possible these Bake Danuki have been in hiding for 500 years. Sounds like they know Ioroi, too. Why don't we ask him? It's not far.
The protector of the grove. It's been 500 years since our last meeting. Sarah, Heizo, return to the festival to keep watch. The doppelganger incident has been resolved, but the threat of the nightmare remains. I will handle the meeting with Ioroi myself.
Yes, Shogun.
Ioroi, we're back!
Oh, keep it down. Bringing all these people at this hour. Don't you know even statues need to sleep? Shogun, I bow before thee. No, wait, shoot, I'm still a statue. What should I...
All is well, Ioroi, hidden protector of the grove.
I've never seen Ioroi so afraid.
Ah, that would be because when Ioroi tried to pluck a Naku weed from the Imperial Garden, A nearly split him in two, Yashiori Island style.
Keep it to yourself, you meddlesome kitsune.
Ioroi, I wish to ask you something.
Anything, Shogun. Absolutely anything. It is my honor to answer.
Suck up.
You could have at least slowed down a little. It took forever to convince them to come with me.
Oh, it's Ioroi! The humans really did kill you! Your body is stone!
Huh? I am not dead!
Not dead? The kitsune spoke the truth?
This smell is Ioroi! Ioroi is alive!
Ioroi? The humans really did seal you away!
Wait, this must be Kinkaku. Kinkaku and Tetsunosuke! You weren't sealed away?
When the humans, Kamuna Harunosuke, came to hurt us!
We ran and hid. The humans searched and searched. So many friends couldn't move. Our yokai powers were getting weaker.
So we decided to escape the human just as the great Bake Danuki Tsukumo taught us. By digging a hole in the ground!
That's when we uncovered a horn filled with yokai power! It was the will of the great Bake Tanuki Kichiro made manifest!
It restored our power! And then we made the human go, oh, oh, ching, chung, yeah, yeah!
Okay.
Oh! And by ting tune, yeah! You mean?
We tricked him and ran.
Of course they did.
So, you didn't actually beat him up at all?
We've been using the horn to hide ever since. But there are too many humans. It's getting harder to hide.
A horn full of yokai power. Could that be the source of the nightmares? The reason the Bake Danuki are so afraid of humans? If the horn contained the fragment of a nightmare, using its power to hide would spread the nightmare to them. That means that Bake Danuki have been trapped inside this state of anxiety for 500 years.
That would be absolutely awful.
Ha! I could have told you that nothing good would come from that horn. Using external power is against the Tanuki path.
We strayed from the path?
But the horn helped us hide from the humans. The humans tried to take our land.
On the contrary, the purpose of the investigation was to determine in advance if yokai were present on the land in question, whether we avoid encroaching on yokai territory altogether, or attempt to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. A peaceful resolution was always the goal.
Oh, really?
Wait, that is what the humans said back then, isn't it?
By order of the Shogun, if yokai live here, we need to discuss the proposal.
Ginkaku Tetsunosuke. Not all humans are bad. Yellowfur over there helped me a great deal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, the Bake Danuki were only sealed away back then because Yoroi stole that comb.
Yoroi? It's a thief? Yoroi got what he deserved.
How was I to know it was used to make sacred Sakura Daifuku? I gave it back, didn't I?
So the humans were mean for no reason?
Well, if you must know, the young human and I fought. I was perhaps a tad careless, so I conceded the match. Anyway, the point is, neither side is bad.
There he goes again, changing the subject when it makes him look bad.
Now you know. No human is trying to harm you.
So, it was all a nightmare.
500 years in hiding? For nothing.
It was a 500-year-long game of hide and seek. What's so bad about that? Besides, you won.
Huh? We
Oh, wow.
Go us! We're even better than Yoroi.
Okay then.
Hey, my game of hide and seek isn't over yet.
Wow, the mind of a Bake Danuki is something else.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Cheerful even after all that.
That nature is what isolated them from the worst effects of the nightmare and prevented them from causing any real harm.
Yeah, I noted that they hadn't really caused any actual damage to people. At best, at worst, they pranked people, basically.
But a nightmare that's still affecting people after all this time? Who could it belong to? A horn buried under Mount Yogo.
I feel like I've heard a legend about that.
Tainted by darkness, the Oni warrior raised her sword against the almighty Shogun. Losing an arm and a horn to the Shogun's blade, she fled into the forest, never to be seen again. A trusted lieutenant fighting against the forces of darkness, she was once devoured whole by a beast from beyond this world, with the body of a tiger and the tail of a serpent, until she tore the creature apart from within. Thus she earned the name Chio the Tigerbite, or Tora Chio.
I don't think Chio would like that name. Though she escaped the belly of the beast alive, that battle never left her. She saw the memories of her fallen comrades everywhere, slaughtered one after another, until she could no longer distinguish dream from reality.
A nightmare doesn't incapacitate someone with sufficient strength. It turns into something even worse.
The nightmare twisted every joy in her life. Her subordinates, family, and friends into enemies in need of destruction. It was in that state, trapped in the battlefield of her mind, that she raised her sword against me on Mount Yogo. With the Muso no Hitotachi, I cut off her arm, one of her horns, and a portion of the mountain itself. I suspect that is when the horn in question was buried there.
And subsequently uncovered by 3 Bake Danuki. That means the fragment on the horn comes from Chiyo's nightmare.
Nightmares feed on fear and anxiety. If what the traveler saw is true, it's possible Kinkaku and the others' fear over the past 500 years allowed the fragment to gain physical form and become something akin to a Jibakure.
Jibakure?
An earthbound spirit. They move through the ley lines, but are also bound by them. That's why the traces of this entity appeared intermittently and never outside of Mount Yogo.
It would seem the fragment of this nightmare is no different from the one back then. It hates all joy and every good thing in this world. The investigation team working for a better future? Attacked. Hitotsume Kozo and his friends, kind enough to lend a helping hand? Attacked.
Yeah, and we were attacked too! Right when we were having fun with the playtesting.
So, why hasn't it appeared since?
Perhaps it needs to regain strength after your defeat. Or perhaps it is biding its time because it knows, with whatever rationality remains, that it cannot defeat you. But sooner or later, its twisted hatred will force it out of hiding, and it will move to strike its enemies. When Chiyo set her sights on a target, she was never one to waver.
Oh.
But both possibilities prove something. Nightmare fragments can be defeated, and an enemy that can be killed is one that can be split in two by the power of Muso Ishin.
There's really no other way?
Mikoshi Chiyo is gone. A fragment of a nightmare tied to a severed horn. That is all that remains. The living must take precedent over the memory of the dead.
Even so, having to unleash Muso Ishin against her again would A, really be okay. Mizuki said Archons suffer from the same turmoil as the rest of us. The dead may be gone, but that doesn't mean our emotions die with them.
Oh, who cares about the dead anyway?
Oh wow.
I'm just trying to look out for the living.
What is that supposed to mean, Miko?
Oh, I'm just concerned about our poor Bake Danuki friends.
Huh? What does that have to do with us?
The nightmare fragment has been tied to the Bake Danuki for nearly 500 years. Strike it down, and who's to say whether you take the lives of our poor friends along with it?
Oh wow.
I beseech you, almighty Shogun, spare the young ones. It was just a momentary... oh, no. A 500-year-long lapse in judgment.
Miko, you speak the truth?
If you don't believe me, ask Mizuki and the Traveler. I'm sure they've encountered similar cases during their extensive travels.
Well, Oh! Yes. During my studies both in Liyue and Natlan.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that happen before.
Then, what would you propose? This nightmare fragment is a constant threat to Inazuma. Should all other options fail, I will take action.
If the fragment's hatred toward the world comes from a nightmare, then the most logical option is to get rid of the nightmare itself.
Right! Can't you just eat the nightmare, Mizuki?
Huh.
The Yumekui Baku already tried that 500 years ago. Even yesterday, when faced with the corruption of the nightmare, Mizuki could only mitigate the effects.
What was impossible back then is not necessarily impossible now. I think Mizuki has the right idea. If we cannot eradicate the nightmares directly, why not use this entity's tricks against it? Combat illusions with illusions. Combat nightmares with dreams.
Is that even possible?
Sure, why not?
Don't forget, there are yokai that specialize in shape-shifting and illusions, and they happen to be right in front of us.
Oh, okay, we're gonna use them.
Where? Kinkaku doesn't see them anywhere.
Maybe they're hiding us trees? Or the wind?
Fools! The kitsune is clearly referring to the Baketanuki. Tetsunosuke, Kinkaku, must you be so dense?
Given their centuries-long connection to the nightmare fragment, they are perfectly positioned to create a dreamscape that the entity will be unable to distinguish from the real world.
Back then, the nightmare had little to no weaknesses. If we want to give the Bakedanuki an opportunity to strike, I assume you have a plan, Miko?
You said it yourself. Mikoshi Chiyo is gone. All that remains is a fragment of her nightmare, already broken and vulnerable. Besides, Mizuki is an old friend, one that is not to be underestimated. She has traveled the land studying dreams and is far more capable than those old fossils back then.
I wonder why the audio skipped there. Okay.
Oh,
not gonna say anything.
She just usually doesn't compliment me to my face. But Miko's right. If we work together, I'm confident we can put together a ritual to subdue the nightmare fragment.
Once we perform the ritual, it will take some time for the barrier to take effect. Luckily for us, we have two formidable warriors on our side. Our festival representative, who also happens to have extensive experience against dark forces, and the almighty Shogun, unmatched in combat. I'm sure the two of you can buy us some time.
Sure thing.
There's just one problem. Since this entity can pass through the ley lines, its movements are unpredictable. If we're going to create a barrier, how can we be sure it appears where we want?
The solution to that is obvious. If the nightmare fragment despises all sources of joy and happiness, then naturally a joyous occasion would be an evil beyond measure. An enemy that must be annihilated at all costs.
So, if we want to lure it out...
We need a source of joy. Then the obvious target would be...
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
Obviously.
What joy could possibly compare to finishing one's work right before the deadline?
I would imagine we can all think of a few. But I agree. The Mikawa Flower Festival is the most plausible target. Once the enemy appears, I will pull them into the plane of Euthymia immediately. I will not put the people in danger. Traveler, I ask that you join me there so we can subdue the enemy together.
Of course.
All right. I will update everyone back at the festival and start the preparations for the ritual. I'll need your help, Mizuki. It's going to be a busy night.
Looks like an all-nighter for me.
Well, this was your idea. Oh, and don't forget, you need to finish a Little Fox's Daydream as well.
And in a surprising twist, you were my nightmare all along.
Okay, then.
Well, Ioroi, as I see it, you've been punished long enough. It's about time you were released.
Released? I can do that myself anytime I want. This statue keeps me warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Don't interfere.
Yoroi is the best!
Besides, the seal's
Where are
power
they?
is almost gone. What I really want is for you to help me give that sneaky kitsune a piece of my mind.
Ioroi, she's already...
Not so fast. I won't be fooled by your tricks again. Whatever you were about to say, she can tell me herself, instead of sending some young kitsune to hoodwink me.
Okay. What about these guys over here?
Great yokai really wasn't forced to work all night?
That's right. It was my choice.
Why does Great Yokai have to work?
I suppose it's just the price of becoming a great yokai.
Great yokai? Kinkaku is sad for you.
Okay. So we now got to talk to A.
Traveler, during the battle tomorrow, it is imperative you know your limits. If the enemy proves too much to handle, leave them to me.
But...
I know. I understand your concerns. just as you know mine. We need not say any more than that. Just get some rest and prepare yourself for the battle to come.
Okay, get some rest, eh?
One more thing. Thank you.
And that's the second part complete. That was way longer than I was anticipating. I thought it was going to be, like, possible to do both the second and third parts in this video within a reasonable amount of time. But now I'm starting to think that's not the case at all. It actually may take about as long just to do the third part as well. So, I am going to be doing that in the next video, unfortunately. Before that, though, I am going to hop forward to 13 to 1500 hours the next day. Very fast.
Alright, it's finally time for the festival! Hopefully everything goes okay. Do you think everyone completed their games? Let's go check it out!
You know what? No, I'm gonna continue in this video. I've changed my mind. I want to push through. I want to finish everything in this video. Just so that way I can get it completely out of the way. I assembled all the key information into booklets. Lady Gucci and the incantation for the ritual has been distributed along with them.
Remarkably efficient, Ayato. How are things with the Tenryo Commission?
We have adjusted our defensive efforts in response to the Nightmare Fragment. Now that we no longer need to worry about the doppelgangers, we can be much more efficient.
Oh, you're all here!
Ah, and with your arrival, we can be even more confident in the strength of our defenses. Nevertheless, we must remain vigilant. We all must do our part to give Aether and the Shogun the best chance against this enemy.
Well, it's a relief to have you all in our corner.
Wait a minute, where's Ayaka? Hehe, with the festival preparations complete, we have everything covered over here. Ayaka is currently helping those in need, you could say.
Those in need?
Most of the game development teams are short on manpower, so Ayaka and a few others are helping them out.
I'm sure you'll run into her as you walk around. Oh, and just a reminder, you need to select the best game later tonight.
I've already decided on that.
Most importantly, don't forget to enjoy yourself. We need this event to be as joyful as possible if we want the plan to work.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
Once you're done experiencing the festival, you should check in with A.
Okay. As though surrounded by thunder has started. So I'll go around and talk to some of the people here, right? It's optional to talk to these people, okay. And Goro is here, which is a little bit of a surprise.
Swordfish 2, salute.
Wow, it's been a while. I'll say, the squad was a little reluctant to help at first, but telling them you were the festival representative had them moving faster than an actual swordfish.
To be honest, some Watatsumi Islanders aren't too concerned about the festival or the safety of Narukami Island.
But if they knew it was for the captain of Swordfish 2, I'm confident everyone would be here in a heartbeat.
I'm not sure I deserve that level of loyalty. I doubt you have a choice at this point, Aether. Not even the words of a divine priestess are enough to convince the people of Watatsumi and Narukami Islands to let go of the past. It takes time, communication, and most importantly, the help of very special people. Your representation at this festival, and my collaboration with Mizuki, will serve as bridges between Watatsumi Island and the outside world.
Huh. I never considered that angle. You possess wisdom beyond your years, Kokomi. On par with a certain other shrine maiden I know.
Mizuki! Did you get any sleep at all?
I'm fine. Sometimes you need to push past your mental limits to unleash your full potential. I've seen that many times in my line of work.
So that's a no then. Get a good night's sleep once this is all over.
I will. The good news is, the ritual is all set. That means the festival can proceed, and we can focus on realizing our vision. As for the more pressing matter, once the Nightmare Fragment appears, we will begin the ritual, but it needs time to take effect. You and the Shogun are the only ones who can subdue the enemy until then. Do you remember what I told you yesterday? Before you left for Isa Bathhouse? Humans, yokai, and archons bear the same capacity for emotion and are naturally susceptible to the same mental turmoil. It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions, and that is far from healthy.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Good. I trust you won't let the Shogun shoulder this alone. Not anymore.
Oh, I wanted to ask, do you know what this strip of paper is for?
Oh, Miko wrote that. She can explain it better than me. Why don't you ask her?
I think I'll ask someone else.
Big Dog is afraid?
Let's see. God of Thunder, heed our call. Interesting. Where... I wonder where Yaimiko is. So, Toma and Arataki are over here. Oh-ho-ho! Toma, my bro! Heard you're in a band. The almighty Arataki Unbeatable and Unmatched Game Dev Team is here to help.
The Arataki Gang rules!
I'm not sure how helpful most of them will turn out to be, but I, at least, am a licensed game designer. She is. I'm so sorry, everyone. I was so focused on this game, I didn't notice Kinkaku and the others at all.
Not your fault. Bakedanuki are powerful. Even Shosei couldn't smell them.
Yeah, we didn't notice anything either. Aether, Paimon. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'm sure all Hitatsumi Kozo and the little fellas want is for you to honor their last wishes and finish what you set out to do. Their last wishes? They're not dead, are they? And that was beautiful, boss, but last wishes are used for people who are, you know, dead. Dead? As in the big sleep? The final curtain? The last hurrah? Genta, you copied down the wrong thing.
Longhorn Oni is stupid. Stupid Oni really helped make game?
We'll see. But as you said, I'll try my best to, finish what we started.
By the way, where are the real Hitotsume Kozo and his friends? And what about Tetsunosuke and the others?
After the three passed out, the Bakedanuki hid them in their home to keep them safe. Even under the influence of a nightmare fragment, Bakedanuki are kind at heart. Yeah. As for Tetsunosuke and the others, they're in charge of setting up the ritual as punishment for causing all that panic. Something about showing them what it's really like to work through the night. Sounds like Miko's doing. Heh. Once you deal with the crisis, I think I'll get the whole gang together. Hitatsumi, Kozo, Yoko, and Kappa. Plus Kinkaku, Ginkaku, and Tetsunosuke too. We can all play Akitsu Harpastum to our heart's content. I'm thinking we spice up the final stage with a Kaboom King, designed after the one and only Arataki Ito. I mean, come on, how epic are these horns?
Great idea, boss!
Something tells Paimon this group is about to be as useless as the one you had before.
Don't worry about hurting any feelings, Mr. Tama. Just let me know if someone's being a nuisance, and I'll knock some sense into them.
Hornless Oni? He's as scary as ever.
Haha, it's fine. As long as Ito's okay with the Kaboom King being defeated by a Harpastum in the end. Interesting. So that's what that final stage was. I remember it looked like it had Arataki Ito's hairstyle, and I even commented on that before. Next up is Ayaka over here.
Don't you think this puzzle is a bit too complicated? If we make this small adjustment, it'd be a lot easier to understand, don't you think?
You're right. I never thought about it that way.
Nice one, Ayaka. I knew you'd be a great addition to the team.
Oh, no. You two did all the hard work. You made it easy for me.
Hello.
Oh, when did you get here?
Just now! Seems like you're a natural, Ayaka. A real game developer at heart, huh?
You talked about wanting to create a game the day before yesterday.
Oh, you remember that. Well, Brother had everything covered, so I asked Yoimiya if she could use a hand. I'm just glad I didn't turn out to be an inconvenience.
An inconvenience? We were in such a jam. You saved us.
In a jam? Because jam is sticky, and we got stuck.
Wow, you figured that out, huh?
Not that kind of jam. But it doesn't matter. We just need to get this done.
Traveler, Lady Guji told me about the upcoming battle. As I understand it, this is an extremely dangerous endeavor, and the rest of us can only help from the sidelines. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Be careful.
Okay. Alright, Aether's got the hard stuff covered, so let's give this our all.
How did you sleep last night, Sayu? Do you need a break?
I think I can push through just this once. I'm sure I'll still get taller.
Great Mujina Yokai! Good luck!
Okay then. So now I'm just gonna look around for Yai Miko or anybody else, because I've already talked to all the optional people for, that it gave me. Okay, as far as I can tell, there isn't anybody else to talk to, so I'll go up to where A is, which is all the way at the top there, and continue the story. Oh, what are those? Oh, is that a puzzle? I think that's just a puzzle.
It's you. Before battle, it is imperative to calm the mind. If you have unfinished business, see to that now.
I'm set.
Then, come meditate with me.
So now we're going to be heading into a series of fights, huh? You seem unsettled.
Since leaving the plane of Euthymia, I seem to experience this feeling more and more, whether in the markets of Inazuma or before the sacred Sakura.
I seem to have a hand in a lot of those. I'm sorry.
No, it may not be a bad thing. In the plane of Euthymia, I could not perceive the consequences of my choices, but that did not preclude their impact. It is only natural that I would feel their effect one day. Even a god cannot sever the link between cause and effect. I have come to realize that isolating oneself from all engagement is no way to reach a true state of Euthymia. I will not unleash Muso no Hitotachi this time. I can only support you in the battle ahead, using illusion against illusion, dream against nightmare. The ultimate success of this plan comes down to you, Traveler.
This is a last-minute plan. We don't exactly know what we're about to face, and it could all fall through at a moment's notice. But one thing is for sure. This time, you will not face her alone. There we go. Time has passed.
Did we do it?
Just in time. And it's done. Woohoo! Right on. Big dubs for the team.
The Arataki Gang rules!
What in the... He sensed it immediately, huh? Don't panic. Just follow the rule.
Prepare yourself,
just follow the
Traveler.
plan. Already done.
All right, follow me.
Here we go. So is it going to be like a similar duel thing that I was doing before with it, or is it going to actually just be a normal fight? We'll find out, I suppose. Okay. So this is more or less the same thing as what I did before.
To think, there would be a day when we would fight in the plain of Euthymia, side by side. Stay on your guard, Traveler.
There we go.
God of Thunder, heed our call.
Oh, cool. Darn it.
We have the advantage. Time to strike.
Okay. So far it's gone about the same as usual. Oh, sure. Can I actually, yeah, I can parry it. Awesome. No need to parry anymore, though.
Shatter the night, unmask it all.
Come on. Wow. I've taken a little bit of a beating there.
When illusions fall.
Die. Okay. Ah, you can't damage it at all in this state. But you can recover some of your gauge, so... I may as well keep attacking, right?
I lend you my power. I grant you the Shogun's blessing. We have the advantage. Time to strike.
There we go, and I win. That was pretty easy. I wonder why they don't have more minigames with that particular mechanic.
God of Thunder, heed our call.
Shatter the night, unmask it all.
With your might, let illusions fall.
Wake up! Wake up!
Oh, special cutscene.
Makoshi-sama! Are you okay?
We thought you'd been eaten alive by that beast.
Mother!
Do what you must. Just save her.
This nightmare, it's beyond our skill to heal. No.
Huh.
A nightmare. It felt like an endless nightmare.
Sleep in peace. This time, only sweet dreams await.
That was neat. Night falls. The games are complete in the Mikawa Festival.
For many of us, I'm sure the last few days have seen unforgettable levels of stress and fatigue. But for now, I hope we can put the past behind us and enjoy a night of pure, unadulterated fun.
And the Mikawa Flower Festival officially begins. Yeah, I wanted to finish reading what that said.
Now, before we kick things off, our representative will announce the award for Best Game.
The award for Best Game goes to... Mujina Body Doubles to the rescue. It's Bunshin Phantasm.
Woohoo! We won? I'm not dreaming, am I? This is real?
It's real, all right. See what's possible when you set your mind to something, Sayu?
The winning team will take home a sum of prize money courtesy of the Yashiro Commission, along with the Tanuki Game Award. In addition, our special guest has the honor of announcing a special award. Shogun, if you could.
This special award recognizes the team with the most immersive game. And that goes to the creators of the horror game, The Doppelganger Incident. Kinkaku, Ginkaku, and Tetsunosuke.
Huh? Oh, so it was a horror game all along! I really thought I'd seen a ghost.
Wow, that takes immersive to a whole new level.
Wow.
Baketanuki are something else.
Ah, a smart idea. Now people have no reason to fear the yokai. I don't think the Shogun and Lady Guji want the yokai to fear humans either.
I present you this award in the name of the Narukami Ogosho, and I promise you this. No human shall infringe on your peace without cause.
Shogun is the best!
Shogun is the best!
What about the Shogunate's development plan?
The whole purpose of the investigation was to avoid disturbing yokai territory. Besides, the world is a big place. Humans, yokai, there's more than enough room for all of us.
Oh, and that part of the quest is complete. Neat. So I just realized something. Yume Mizuki, as well as, Kokomi as well, their game didn't win, which means, the whole thing that they were trying to do with the Isa bathhouse or whatever, I don't know, I think I should have probably picked them just for story purposes, but oh well. And I just realized it's saying that it wants me to talk to Ito. Let's talk to A first, though.
Though there were misunderstandings, wariness, and even hostilities along the way, we still ended up with a celebration in the end. Seeing the Baketanuki together with all these humans and yokai. It's a moving sight indeed.
Speaking of the Baketanuki, where are Kinkaku and the others?
Miko took them to Mizuki so she can check them over. We needed to make sure the disappearance of the nightmare fragment did not have an adverse impact on them. After all, you claimed striking down the nightmare could endanger the Baketanuki. Unless that was a lie?
Of course it wasn't. Okay, let me just see something. So, okay, there is an afterword. I didn't realize that before for some reason. I don't know why, but... so I should do the afterword as well, I guess. But I'll talk to these guys first.
Next time...
That's weird. I can't seem to understand the Baketanuki anymore. Some kind of spell must be wearing off. Although I think I got the gist. Let's play together again next time. You three feeling alright? No side effects?
All good. That Yumekwi Baku lady already looked us over. We woke up once the nightmare fragment was gone. It felt like one big, long dream.
Sorry we couldn't help you with the game, boss.
Don't worry about it. Besides, there's still time. Why don't you try out a Kitsuhara pastum and tell me what you think?
Let's kapow together!
Okay, so there's Ito right over there. I want to avoid him until I'm done talking to everybody.
Huh. We finished the game, but it feels like I'm forgetting something. Like our original goal.
Well, if you can't remember, it must not have been that important.
Just let it go and enjoy the festival. All the games are super fun.
Bake Tanuki spell! Perfect!
And there's the little statue for them that they won. Anybody else back this way? No? Okay, so let's go talk to Ito. Ah, compadre, a little birdie told me you went to Isa Bathhouse last night. I'm getting the crew together, and we're gonna go there to celebrate. You in?
But we were just there.
Yeah, but I guess you were missing a few people, yeah? Like Shinobu, and Goro, and, you know, Ayato. Basically, boss heard about the trip, and now he really wants to go. Anyway, once you're done perusing, come find me and we'll soak it up. Okay. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be like the afterword. Let's talk to Shinobu if it'll give me the option. No? Okay then. Well, ready to get your soak on? Ready. Yeah. Next stop, Isa Bathhouse. So I wonder if it's just going to be like one cutscene and then this is completely done, or if it's going to be like a series of cutscenes and then it'll be done. We'll find out, I suppose. Following Ito's constant nagging, you all head to Isa Bathhouse once again. Ahaha! This has got to be the hottest one. Let's see who can last the longest. Who's in? If you're that excited about it, how can I refuse? Listen, this isn't a sauna.
So warm. Oh, hey! Don't fall asleep in the tub!
My fur is so heavy, I almost feel dizzy. Ha ha ha! If you can't handle the heat, Goro, get out of the tub. Hey, stop being so loud. On the other side... Heh, Ito's as energetic as ever. And that's a pretty neat picture right there.
It's not good to get distracted during a match, brother.
Whoa, this game is getting heated. What's your next move, Aether? What do you two think? I would take it slow. Try to consolidate my advantage. Or you could be aggressive. Taking a risk isn't a bad idea. Let's see. Go slow and steady or be aggressive. I think I'll listen to Shikanoi and Heizo. Oh, very clever, Aether. A decisive defeat. I concede. Now, based on the random draw earlier, the next player should be... Ayaka. Have fun, you two.
Oh, okay. Go easy on me, traveler.
Ayato must have lost to me on purpose to give Ayaka more time to play. Always up to something, that one.
Boss! The Mikawa Flower Festival was a huge success for us! We had 3 times more visitors than usual. Based on what we've made so far, I think we'll be able to make... this much.
That's great news! We might even beat Yai Publishing House this month.
Oh, you look pleased about something. Having a party without me?
Oh, it's nothing.
I forgot to share some good news with you. 30% of the proceeds from the festival have been transferred to Yai Publishing House. We're expecting record profit this month. Don't you think congratulations are in order?
She just has to rub it in, doesn't she?
What?
Well, boss, I guess congratulations are in order. This is our 333rd time competing against Yai Publishing House in sales, and our best showing to date. 2nd place.
May this be a night of sweet dreams for all.
And there we go. Quest complete. Very nice. I wonder. Let the Isa Bathhouse warm your heart. Experience the glamour of Natlan and feel your worries melt away. Ah, it's a traveler from afar. What a rare guest. Welcome. As luck would have it, our major shareholder is here too. I'm sure you two will have much to talk about. Major shareholder? Indeed, while I was away in Natlan, I was inspired to return to Inazuma and open a hot spring hotel. As I didn't possess the funds myself, I began to look around for investors. In the end, a clinical psychologist who had been living amongst the people of the springs, none other than the venerable Yume Mizuki herself, caught wind of my endeavors. She was very supportive of the idea of opening a hot spring hotel in Inazuma, and so she investigated a large sum. While my neighbors in Inazuma City may have taken to calling me boss, the real boss of the ice bathhouse is undoubtedly Miss Yume Mizuki. At most, I'm just a manager in charge of commercial operations. As for the key decisions on business and development, those are all taken by Miss Yume Mizuki. Once she returned to Inazuma, she made some changes and improvements to Hot Springs operations. The results have been nothing short of miraculous. If you've been troubled by anxiety, you should have a word with Miss Yume Mizuki. I'm sure she'll be able to work wonders for you. Maybe later. Anyway, so yeah, this is, that was, a pretty fun little timed event right there. Much longer than I anticipated it being, though. Another thing I want to say is I'm really glad that I didn't, try to do all this in, like, one video, like I initially thought I was going to try to do, because it turned out to have a lot more story than I thought it was going to have. When I was looking up information on it, it didn't seem like it was going to have much story to it, because the place that I checked didn't actually say that it had story to it, so it only showed that it had minigames and stuff. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that I've claimed everything that I can possibly gain. What's this about a limited time buff? Oh, okay. Anyways, so, yeah, this is where I'm going to be ending this video. Thank you very much for watching. The next time I play, I am going to be, hopefully, going on to the Archon Quest. But, depending on when I record the next one, I may actually start off the next video with this instead. And, you know, depending on whether or not it looks like I can do all of this off camera or not, you know, we'll see how that works out. But I'm going to try to record the next video sooner rather than later, so that way I can decide whether or not to focus on the Archon Quest in the next video or focus on this instead, because it only has 8 days left on it. But we'll see. So, anyways, yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.